What's going on, y'all? So lately I've been posting some more archery stuff than usual. I've been getting a little more into archery just because of the area that I'm hunting this year, and archery gives me a little bit more opportunity and a few more places to hunt, so I kind of picked that up. I'm still shooting that Horton Hunter XS 200-pound crossbow. Ran into a couple issues with that and upgraded a couple things. The scope actually kind of went out on me, sadly, so I had to swap it, but I had a spare. But after doing some research and talking to some people, I was shooting the Schwacker 2-blade 100-grain broadheads, and they fly true, and they're great. But I was actually told about what is the hottest broadhead on the market right now that I'm told by multiple people. They can't keep them on the shelf. The G5 MegaMeat. It is a 2-inch cut 100-grain broadhead. They make them in a compound and crossbow version. So I'm going to show you some details on that, kind of give an overview of the broadhead, and we're actually going to take it out and we're going to shoot it with the supplied practice tip. And we're also going to shoot a broadhead to see, you know, what kind of accuracy we're getting versus a field tip versus their practice tip versus the actual broadhead, to kind of give you a good review. We'll measure some penetration at 20 and 30 yards, and you know, just kind of give you a true rundown of what this broadhead is about. But I actually have seen a couple deer that were shot with this broadhead recently in the last couple days, because season just opened, and the wound channel is just devastating. The blood trails are insane. I've been seeing a lot of deer go down in 15 to 20 yards with these broadheads, you know, provided you make a good shot. You know, with a less than stellar shot, obviously you're going to run into some problems, but shot placement is very important, especially when you're archery hunting. But let's get down to business, and I'm going to kind of do a little overview of these broadheads for you. All right, so I am still shooting the Gold Tip Nitro Pro 500 bolts, 22 inches in length, and they were weighing in at 535 with the Schwackers. So we'll do some weights as well to kind of see consistency of the points, to see you know, how close to 100 grains or how low or how high they are, just in comparison for consistency. But I'm going to show you the actual broadhead here. This is the G5 MegaMeat 100 grain, and it is a 3-blade design. It is a rear deploy blade, so upon impact, this part right here at the top is going to be your impact along with your chisel point. These are an all steel construction, one piece, and what happens is this little collar on the back actually holds your blade in, and they're going to pop out like that. So that turns into a phenomenal 2-inch cut. I mean, just look at the size of that broadhead at full deployment. Like, that is just insane. I'm told that they fly true. I've looked at a couple reviews, and to me they weren't very conclusive for me. They look good, but I needed to try it for myself, and I wanted to put out a good one that's, you know, kind of cut and dry for y'all. So they seem super durable. They are an all steel construction. The blades feel nice. I believe they're 32 thousandths thick, so they're pretty thick. And then, you know, after you take a shot or something, the blades are also replaceable. But after you know, hit a deer or something and you pick it back up, you just take it and you're just going to press in. Be careful not to cut yourself. It actually just took a little bit of skin off, so that, yes, they are sharp right out of the package. The best deal I have found on these is actually on eBay for 53 bucks right now. So before we get down to shooting, let's go ahead and do some weight checking. So before we get started with the weight check and all of that, I wanted to do a unboxing with y'all. So we have a brand new pack here, and it is a clamshell, so you can just pop the back open. And what you will find inside is it comes with a G5 decal. Kind of cool. You have just your kind of information. You will get one of their BMP practice tips. It's supposed to mimic the flight of these broadheads. And then you'll also get a pack of 3 broadheads. So up next, we're going to go ahead and do some weight checking and see how consistent they are. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn the scale on. Zero it out, okay? And we're gonna start with the BMP practice tip. It's supposed to be 100 grains. And we are at 101.4. Not terrible at all. First broadhead, 99.6. $100.6. 100 on the dot. Okay, so we have a little bit of variance, but not much. So next, I want to do a full weight of one of my bolts. Let's move these out of the way. And we're going to do a bolt with just no tip. And then we'll do one with a broadhead, and we'll do one with the BMP practice tip. So we're gonna see what we got here. Right at 434.6 with no tip. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and put a BMP on and see what kind of weight we get. Try and get this thing balanced out. 536. That is 535.8. Okay. So 535.8 with the practice tip. And then we're going to try one of these broadheads and see what we got there. $534. Okay, so we're only within a couple grains. It's not enough to make a huge, crazy difference. So they are consistent, and I'm liking the weight that I'm getting. So yeah, everything checks out. So I guess next we're just gonna go ahead and get outside and get this thing zeroed. So we are ready to get started with our testing. We have a 100 grain field point. We have the 100 grain BMP practice tip that comes with the G5 MegaMeat broadheads, also 100 grain. And then we have the actual broadhead itself, the MegaMeat by G5 in 100 grain. So we're gonna get down to business and we're gonna go ahead and get shooting. 100 grain field point. 30 yards. $100 grain BMP practice tip. This is the tip that came with the G5 MegaMeat broadheads. And we just fired that field point, so we're gonna see what this looks like compared to a regular field point. I'm gonna shoot for the bottom right. Well, that compares well. As you can see, we're hitting right there, just like the field point. So up next is going to be the broadhead. So before I pull these bolts, penetration looks to be almost identical with the field point leading in penetration, just a hair. I want to say it's maybe about a ½ inch more than the BMP point. But as you can see also, the field point shot slightly high into the left. That might have been me, but the BMP was dead on, with just slightly to the left. And lastly, we have the Broadhead itself, the G5 MegaMeat 100 grain. Alright, so we shot a little bit low and a little to the left. Not terrible, but we're going to try that one more time just to be sure that I did not pull that shot. It shot a little bit low and to the left on that one. Let's see what we got with this one. A little bit high and to the right. Well, unfortunately, as y'all can see, I did not have the greatest luck with these broadheads. My field points shoot great. The BMP practice tip that they came with shoot great, but I just had issue after issue with these broadheads. I actually did some shooting off camera just to kind of try and figure out what was going on to save the length of the video. But I did have that one blade break. That was kind of my fault when I pulled it out of the target rather than pushing it through and unscrewing the point and then pulling the bolt. But I just could not get them to fly true and consistent. I got it to fly. I changed the collar on the back and I fired again and it shot better. It was maybe 1.5 inches high. So what I noticed was the collars wear out very quickly. Pretty much after they've been shot once, the collar needs changed is what I came up with. I could not get them to fly consistently. I don't know if I'm getting blade deployment mid-flight rather than upon impact. The cutting surface looked good on the target. I could see all 3 blades cut, but I just could not get them to fly even close to consistent. I was 6 to 12 inches off, left, right, up, down. They were just all over the place. And I did not have that issue prior to using these broadheads. So unfortunately, I can't give them a great review. Maybe they'll work better for you. They work great for a lot of people. It just, I don't know what the deal was. But my bow is shooting about 280 feet a second, so it's not that fast, and really I don't believe I should be getting blade deployment mid-flight prior to impact at that speed. But maybe I'm missing something. But I didn't have a good initial review of them. Ran into a lot of problems, so at this point I'm going to be sticking with my Schwackers. Because they fly pinpoint accurate for me, and they fly true every time. But I appreciate y'all watching. I hope this helps some people out. They are a very popular broadhead on the market. They just didn't work for me. Can't say it won't work for you. You know, just try them out and tune your bow, and if you can get your bow to shoot them good, then hey, by all means, they're a great broadhead. But for me, it's going to be the Schwacker 2 blades. But thank y'all for watching. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. And if you got any questions, go ahead and drop me a comment. Or if you maybe have some insight on this as to why they were flying erratic for me, you know, just drop me a comment and I'll definitely check it out. Alrighty, well, thank y'all. We'll see you next time.